All right, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the reason number 2 that children struggle with reading. So if you missed reason number 1, go back and check your emails or check the videos. Reason number 1 is that children are trying to read books that are too hard for them. Reason number 2 is that children are not getting enough reading practice. So when it comes to reading, it's just like anything else that we learn in life. It's practice, practice, practice. So LeBron James did not become an amazing basketball player simply because he liked basketball or he had an innate talent for it, which I'm not denying that he does, but he practiced, practice, practice. And so anything that we want to get better at, we have to practice, whether that's sports, whether that's a skill, a musical instrument, the same thing applies to reading. Reading is not something we come out of the womb knowing how to do. It's something that children need to learn how to do. That's why we teach them, and that's why we read to them and with them and model for them. But they on their own need to become independent, successful readers. And the only way to do that is to practice, practice, practice. So that first video I mentioned earlier, we talked about first, make sure they have books that they can read easily. That's the best practice for them. Make sure that they can read those books over and over and over. It's okay if they read them 5 or 6 times the same book. That's wonderful. That's building their confidence and their fluency. That's one of the best things, probably the best thing you can do for a child who needs practice with reading. And number 3, make sure there's enough time for them to practice reading. Don't let the distractions of life push reading into a corner for only 5 or 10 minutes a day. If a child is a beginning reader and or a struggling reader, they need 30, 60, up to 90 minutes of reading practice a day. Not all in one chunk, of course, but different times of the day. Reading with you, reading by themselves, reading to someone else in the family. Remember, we don't care about perfection. We're not looking for practice makes perfect. But as Donald Miller, the book whisperer, says, practice makes permanent. And that's our goal, right? To raise lifelong readers who love to read and can read. So practice makes permanent, and it helps our children develop confidence and develop their reading skills. So if you're not seeing progress with your child, first make sure the books are right. Second, make sure that you're setting aside enough uninterrupted time throughout the day and the evening for your child to get lots and lots of practice in. Okay, tomorrow we'll talk about reason number 3 that children struggle with reading.